While lost in thought, the woman suddenly heard the sound of someone falling into the water. She looked over and saw a woman's body floating on the surface. Before she could react, she turned back and noticed blood smeared on the glass. Nancy was terrified and immediately called the butler. When he arrived, he searched every room but found no one missing. However, when Nancy mentioned the specific cabin number where the incident occurred, he remained skeptical.
From cabin 10?
Yeah. She was about my height. She had blonde hair. She had a hoodie on. She's coming out of the shower.
This cabin was always empty. The guest who was supposed to be in it canceled 2 days ago.
Seeing his disbelief, Nancy pointed to the blood on the balcony as proof. But when they reached the balcony, the blood had mysteriously vanished, leaving her bewildered. At that moment, Nancy remembered the cigarette butt she had picked up earlier in the day, which had rolled off the balcony of cabin 10 and been placed in the trash. Now it was gone too. Everyone assumed she was imagining things, and no one believed her. For safety, the administrator subsequently locked cabin 10. The others thought it was no big deal and left, leaving a stunned Nancy alone. She felt certain something was amiss and resolved to uncover the truth. Nancy was originally a reporter for a major newspaper. She had been invited to a charity gala hosted by Amy, the heiress of a Norwegian shipping company, and her husband, Bob. Amy was in the late stages of leukemia, so Bob had established a foundation in her name. The purpose of inviting Nancy was to publicize their charitable efforts. But now, with such a shocking incident, the story was far more sensational than any fundraiser. Nancy immediately sought out Bob. He said he had seen the woman in cabin 10 yesterday, but suggested perhaps someone else had entered the room before the guests arrived. Nancy dismissed that explanation. She had already checked all the guests and couldn't find anyone resembling the woman in cabin 10 from yesterday. She decided to investigate the yacht staff instead.
I understand the journalistic instinct.
The CTO?
He's a man, looking for a woman, right?
At that moment, Nancy remembered a friend who loved photography. Before all the crew boarded, he had photographed everyone. Nancy began searching through the photos, and sure enough, she found a clue among the countless images.